Hey, it's Etan. It is a rainy Saturday here in the historical West Adams neighborhood of Los Angeles. And behind me, right across the street, is the McCarty Memorial Church. This was a historic church built in 1931 and dedicated in 1932 and paid for by Isaac McCarty and his wife, Ona. So Isaac was a wealthy doctor, and he was born in Illinois, spent a lot of time in Texas, St. Louis for medical school, and then he moved out to Corona, California, and eventually settled in West Adams. So at the time, West Adams was still a mostly affluent, mostly white area. But in the coming decades, things would change a whole lot. And West Adams in the 30s, 40s, and 50s especially, it became an enclave for wealthy African Americans to live. Part of this was demographic shifts, as a lot of the wealthy whites moved to new neighborhoods like Beverly Hills and West LA and out of West Adams. But also there was a Supreme Court decision in 1948 that basically invalidated a lot of the segregationist property policies, property ownership policies that were being enforced back then. So it allowed room for more black families to move in. And when it started in the 1930s, this was a white church, for sure. And it was like that for a couple decades. And it wasn't until Reverend Kring Allen, became the pastor here in the mid-50s that things changed. So he saw the writing on the wall and believed that it was both the moral thing to do and also the sensible thing to do for the development of this church to integrate their congregation. And they did. I've read stories about him taking some of the black and white families that were going here in the 50s to like a special camp in San Bernardino where they would live and work and hang out and do workshops together. And they came back with a real sense of caring for each other. And it was never a segregated church since. Right now, it serves the primarily black community in West Adams. We got a chance to go inside. There is some just amazing stained glass stuff. And as you can see, even from the outside, it is such a wonderful, straight up, like European Gothic building. Lots of these castle-looking structures and stuff, stained glass. You really get a sense of the glory of God when you're walking in there. It is meant to awe and be awesome in all senses. So, happy Black History Month, and thanks for doing LA with me.